Guys, what's going on? So yesterday I just got word that I have indeed been accepted to the Sogang Korean Language Education Center's program, KGP200, whatever they call it, has a bunch of different names. So yeah, I'm gonna be there early September. Finally, I waited for about 3 weeks, and oddly enough, they didn't even really initially send me the message. I ended up having to call them, and I was like, hey, I sent in my application about more than 3 weeks ago. Is there, how long does it normally take? And I asked that because they didn't send like a confirmation email or anything like that, and the system seems like a little bit old school, not 2018 level. Anyways, they didn't even really answer my question, but they gave me something better. I asked them how long normally, and they said, "Let me check your name." I said, "Okay, we found you." At first, they couldn't find me; they were having trouble with that. But then they found me in like a different system, and they were like, please check your login page after 10 minutes. So they did it like super fast. If I probably would have called them like a few days ago or last week, I'm sure I could have gotten the answer last week, because about as soon as I called them, 10 minutes later, they had changed the status of my application in their online portal. Anyways, soon after that, I sent the payment and everything, so we're pretty much good to go. The other thing that happened when I was sending that payment, um, I use TransferWise because they're like the best, and they actually sent the payment off like literally in 1 hour. And I was checking another email inbox that I use for TransferWise, and I saw an email from Airbnb. And this one, like, I don't check that email very well, so it was sitting there. It was quite an important email though, worth several $100s. And I just happened to click on it. I was like, oh, I'm not in this inbox all the time. Let me just see what that says. And it said like important in the headline or something. And this goes into how I kind of got, you could say, free housing, or my housing paid for while I'm in Seoul for those 3 months. Anyways, what happened is I booked an accommodation in Tokyo for a month in all of August. And it's actually really difficult to find any rooms there. Like in a shared place, just your own room, no matter how tiny, it's difficult to find anything for less than $1,000. But what ended up happening was there's this new legislation, blah blah blah. Airbnb, they said they need to cancel my reservation. So what they did was I canceled it. They refunded all of my money. So I paid like $800 for that place. They refunded the whole 800, and they said they would give me an $800 coupon to use on Airbnb, as well as some like another $100 coupon for an Airbnb experience, which I don't care about that much. But basically now my housing, I had the 800 I paid, I got that back, and I got another 800 basically in Airbnb credit, which to me is just as good. It's very usable. So I could easily take that 800 and just pay for like a dorm in Seoul while I'm there for those 3 months. I'm not sure about the kind of housing that I will get. I know some people stay in this thing called a goshiwan, which is like a dorm, I guess, equivalent in English. I've heard people recommend not to stay in it, but I don't know. I'm kind of a minimalist, and I don't really care, especially since it's just going to be like 2.5 months. So I might end up doing that. If not, then we'll see. But either way, those places are super cheap. They're like a little over $200. So that $800 that I got extra could easily cover 3 months worth of staying in a Goshiwan or a Korean dorm, or if I decide something else, that's up to me. But either way, good news on both fronts there. So things are definitely moving forward. I got accepted to that program. I got a lucky break with this, free housing thing that kind of worked out in my favor. And yeah, we got one more month here. What today is like? What's today? Let's check. Today's the 28th. So I'm leaving in basically a month. End of next month, I'll be out of here, and that'll be the end of my stay in Bangkok. So let's talk soon, guys. Hope everyone's doing good. Take care.